Have you ever stopped to wonder just how powerful your thoughts truly are? It's a question that may seem a little abstract at first, but stick with me. Thoughts, those silent whispers that echo in the chambers of our minds, are more potent than we often give them credit for. They're not just ephemeral wisps of consciousness, passing through our minds like clouds in the sky. No, they're much more than that. Picture your thoughts as seeds. Just as a seed has the potential to grow into a towering tree or a vibrant flower, our thoughts also have the potential for growth. They can blossom into ideas, into actions, and ultimately into reality. This is the essence of the power of thoughts. Consider the concept of success. What is it that separates those who dream of success from those who achieve it? It's not luck, nor is it merely hard work, though that certainly plays a part. It's the power of consistent thought. Those who achieve success are often those who have nurtured the thought of it, watered it, tended to it until it has grown from a mere seed into a tangible reality. They've envisioned their success so vividly, so consistently, that it has manifested in their lives. But it's not just about success. Think about everyday things. When you wake up in the morning with the thought of having a great day, more often than not, you do. When you approach a task with the belief that you can conquer it, you usually find that you can. It's your thoughts setting the stage for your reality. It's important to remember that thoughts, like seeds, need care and attention to grow. They need to be nurtured with positivity, with belief, and with action. Neglected or ignored, they can wither and die, but tended to with care, they can flourish and transform into our reality. So it seems our thoughts might not be as fleeting or insignificant as we once believed. They have the potential to become our reality. Our thoughts have power, and it's time we started recognizing and harnessing that power. But how exactly does this process work? How do our thoughts transform into tangible outcomes? To simplify, let's view the brain as an intricate network of highways. These highways are pathways for our thoughts and emotions. When we think a thought, it's like a car driving down one of these highways, leaving behind a little bit of itself with each pass. This is the essence of thought manifestation. Now imagine if the same car drives down that highway over and over again. What happens? The path becomes more defined, more prominent. The same happens with our thoughts. When we repeatedly think a particular thought, the brain strengthens the neural pathway associated with it. It's easier for our brain to travel down this well-worn path, thus making the thought more likely to occur again. This is the power of habit formation, and it's a crucial part of how our thoughts manifest into reality. But there's more. Our brain also has an incredible ability called neuroplasticity. This essentially means that the brain is malleable, capable of changing and adapting throughout our lives. So every time we think a thought, we're not just strengthening an existing pathway, we're also potentially creating a new one. Consider a sculptor working with a block of clay. Each thought is like a stroke of the sculptor's hand, shaping and molding the clay into a form that reflects what's on the sculptor's mind. Neuroplasticity is the property that allows the clay, our brain, to be shaped and reshaped time and again. It's important to note, though, that our brains don't differentiate between positive and negative thoughts. They simply respond to the patterns we feed them. A thought, whether it's filled with joy or dread, leaves an imprint on our brain. This is why it's so vital to be mindful of our thoughts. They are not just fleeting moments of consciousness, they are shaping our brain, and thereby our reality. Our brains are remarkable, aren't they? They serve as the bridge, turning our abstract thoughts into concrete reality. Now, knowing this, what happens when we focus our thoughts on positivity and success? Think of your mind as a fertile garden. If you sow seeds of positivity, you'll reap a harvest of positive outcomes. This is not a New Age philosophy or wishful thinking, it's a principle that has been recognized by philosophers, scientists, and successful people throughout history. Positive thinking is not about ignoring life's problems. Instead, it's about approaching these difficulties from a more hopeful and productive perspective. It's believing that you can overcome any hurdle. It's having faith in yourself and your abilities. When you think positively, you set in motion a powerful chain reaction. Your positive thoughts trigger positive emotions, which in turn lead to positive actions. And as we've discussed earlier, these actions can manifest into our reality, leading to a life filled with success and happiness. Consider this. When you think about achieving your goals, you're more likely to take action. You're more likely to put in the extra hours, to push beyond your comfort zone, to persist in the face of adversity. You're not deterred by failure. Instead, you see it as a stepping stone to success. Positive thinking also affects your health and well-being. Studies have shown that a positive outlook can lead to better stress management and improved overall health. It can boost your immune system, lower your risk of heart disease, and even increase your lifespan. Furthermore, positive thinking can improve your relationships. When you view others in a positive light, you tend to attract positive people into your life. You create a circle of positivity that extends beyond yourself, influencing those around you. Remember, the power of positive thinking isn't just about feeling good. It's about creating a life that you love, a life that reflects your deepest desires and aspirations. It's about harnessing the power of your mind to shape your reality in a positive way. So next time you're faced with a challenge, remember this: your thoughts have power. Choose them wisely. Nourish your mind with positive thoughts and watch as your life transforms in amazing ways. So it seems that a positive mind truly does lead to a positive life. On the flip side, what happens when we allow negative thoughts to dominate our minds? Imagine a garden. If you water and tend to the flowers, they'll bloom beautifully. However, if you neglect them and let weeds grow unchecked, they'll eventually take over and smother the life out of your flowers. The same principle applies to our minds. When we nurture positive thoughts, they flourish and bear fruit. But when we entertain negative thoughts, they can quickly spread like weeds, choking our positivity and manifesting in damaging ways. Negative thinking can lead to a range of undesirable outcomes. It can create stress, anxiety, and even physical health problems. Moreover, it can trap us in a cycle of self-doubt and fear, limiting our potential and preventing us from achieving our goals. This is the power of thought manifestation at its most detrimental. Consider this. Ever noticed how one bad thought can spiral into a whole narrative of negativity? This is because our brains are wired to focus on threats and dangers, a survival mechanism from our ancient ancestors. This negativity bias can be useful in certain situations, but when it takes over our thought patterns, it can lead to a distorted view of reality. Mindfulness is a powerful tool to combat negative thinking. It involves focusing our attention on the present moment, accepting it without judgment. When we're mindful, we become aware of our thoughts without getting caught up in them. This awareness gives us the power to choose our responses, rather than react impulsively. We can choose to let go of negative thoughts, preventing them from spiraling out of control and manifesting into negative outcomes. Remember, our thoughts are like seeds. They have the potential to grow into beautiful flowers or destructive weeds. It's up to us to decide which seeds we water and nurture. It's clear then that our thoughts have a profound effect on our lives, for better or worse. By understanding the dangers of negative thinking, we can take control of our thought patterns and steer our lives in the direction we desire. So, how can we harness this power of thought manifestation to improve our lives and shape our realities? First, we must become aware of our thoughts. This is where mindfulness techniques come into play. Mindfulness is all about being present in the moment, being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without judgment. It's like taking a step back and becoming an observer of your own mind. By practicing mindfulness, you become more aware of your thought patterns, which is the first step in changing them. Next, we have positive affirmations. These are simple, positive statements that you repeat to yourself, designed to challenge and overcome negative thoughts. The key is to state them in the present tense as if they're already true. For instance, instead of saying, "I want to be confident," say, "I am confident." Make a habit of repeating these affirmations to yourself every day, and over time they can help to reshape your thought patterns. Then there's visualization. This is a powerful tool that involves creating a mental image of what you want to achieve. Whether it's a career goal, a personal aspiration, or a state of being, visualizing it in detail can help to make it feel more real and attainable. It's like giving your brain a roadmap to where you want to go. And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Changing thought patterns isn't something that happens overnight. It takes time, practice, and persistence. But the results can be truly transformative. So here's the challenge for you. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to practice mindfulness, repeating positive affirmations, and visualizing your goals. Take note of how your thoughts begin to shift, how your attitude changes, and how your reality starts to align with your thoughts. Remember, the power to shape your reality lies within your thoughts. Choose them wisely.